top 20 album.
Yeah, right?
Did you ever dream of that?
No. For the first album, no. No. If I was to think critically about it, I would want that for my second.
Oh,
I'd want
brilliant.
and I would push hard for it, and that would be after having like a label and stuff like that, and etc. etc. I'd do that. I would think and I wouldn't be guaranteed to go for it, but that would have been my realistic expectation. First album we were happy in like top 80. You know what I mean? That's what we were expecting. We were like, we'll be really lucky if we get 40, but most likely we'll be in the 60s to 80s or something like that. Wow.
So I can imagine what you guys were like when you actually seen the actual chart position then.
It was insane. Like it just like kind of sparked something in us. So we got like the first midweek thing, and it said that we were number 6, and we were like, no way. And it just kind of it clicked like, right, this isn't real, but we're just going to treat it like it is real, and we're just going to like go nuts this week and try and rally everyone to stay in the top 40. That was a surreal day. By the time we got to the end of the week and it was 19, our management were like, what? No way. We're like, yeah, we stuck. We stayed because people were just insane. Like, I can never get over the social media side of that. Like, seeing so many people being so nice, crazy. I honestly can't, I don't even have words.
Well, you better have words. You got a second album to write.
Well, that's the easy part. To be fair, that's the part we love, and we're probably halfway through it already. I mean, nothing's really like set in stone yet, but oh yeah, we've been mad at this. Like we had so much stuff that's been wrote in COVID. It's insane. It's insane. We're looking into bringing stuff out later, to be honest, because we've just got that much. We want to try and keep momentum up. So that's like the fun part. There's pressure to beat the things, but I'm just trying not to think about that right now and just kind of like get out in the tour first and see, finally just have that tour experience with people with the album. Like we've always wanted that, It's hard going to shows when like there's bands around you and they've all got albums and everyone knows the words to their songs and they're all having a great time singing and dancing, and we're like, oh, no one knows the words to our songs except Where I Belong. Like we finally have an album and people know the words now, and it's going to be, honestly, it's going to be so much fun. I can't wait.
So what's your first gig back now?
My first
that you can tell us about. There might be other stuff in the pipeline.
Might be, I think, maybe Steelhouse.
We see you up the mountain.
I think so. There may be one before, still like around the first sort of weekend, I think, that we're going back, and that's the one I can remember because I'm very excited about that one.
Yeah, well, I know you had the extended set time due to a couple of bands dropping up the last time you played.
Yeah.
So, and you grabbed that with both hands.
We used that. We were doing like sorry, my girlfriend's dying in the background. You all right, honey? Oh yeah, we jumped to that. It was good because we were like in a run of headline shows there, and the only show that wasn't a headline show was Steelhouse. So we'd already cut like half our set off anyway. And then we get over, we're going over for like double the time. So like, let's just chuck it all back in. I mean, then we even threw in Cochise.
You did?
Just for the hell of it. And I had a great time, and it was like our first ever experience of like a almost full set festival appearance, you know what I mean? Because that's the worst part about festivals, is you're usually on for 30 minutes and this is incredible and then it's gone. But not at that time.
Oh, excellent. So we've just covered it now. We don't have to wait 6 years now for the next album.
Oh yeah. I'm not too sure what we're doing next in terms of how it's getting formatted and stuff, but like basically that's what it was like we pushed to our management and our management pushed to us at the same time, thinking we should probably be proactive with getting music ready for when like we get out of this Go Against the Wall tour, basically. and a few other stuff that's coming up in the end of the year as well. We want to just have this consistent plan of always having content, or it was like music or whatever it is coming. So it'll fit into a really good place, whether it's like just some new Snap songs out for you, whether it's EPs, albums, we're not sure yet.
Okay. With the 6 years between your Mason Hill EP and Against the Wall, did you ever get to a point where you actually all sat down and went, where are we going with this?
Yeah. So we signed a record deal that we mutually decided to leave, and that brought a lot of problems. And it was right after that moment where we had this moment, as you say, where we kind of sat down and we're like, "Do you guys want to continue this?" The answer of no, we don't want to do this was a lot higher than it should have been, to be fair. At that moment in time, we were very, very pessimistic about everything, because we can't talk about it, but we'd been messed over a lot, and for naive kind of young adults, very unfairly. And we were like, do we just kind of throw this in? But no, we got turned around. Our Gary at the time, our kind of management, he's a really, really good guy, and kind of got us out of this sort of kind of rut we were in. So kind of forced us to go down the only logical route at that time, which was the crowdfunding, the Kickstarter. That's what led to that. Basically, that wasn't just random. That was due to the hellish 2 years we'd had before that. And that was like, and we didn't want to do crowdfunds. We're not those types of people. No shame to anyone that does do them. We just didn't ever want to do one. So we had to kind of just throw that ego away and just do it and say, right, is this album going to happen, yes or no? And thank goodness the answer was yes. And all those thoughts are now gone from us. And now we've never been more committed in our whole life. But it was a tough journey just to get this one album. That was never this tough again.
Well, I think you've got a hell of a foundation to work off now.
Yes. A lot of experience. Like, yeah, the world might only know that Mason Hill's released one album. We've wrote a lot of stuff over these 7 years. We've wrote albums, you know what I mean? This isn't our second time going in to write an album. You know, it's like our fourth or fifth. We've just only released one.
With your vocals on Against the Wall, you ended up going out to America just to finalize the vocals. And that was about the time the COVID thing was all kicking off. How come it was just you? And did you miss the input from the other guys while you were doing your vocals?
It was just me because we're skint, to be honest. That was really the reason for that. It was expensive enough getting me over there and back. And I mean, the guys were always there. I'd report back to them every night with like Sujet, stuff like that. But to be honest, me and Brian, the producer, we just got into our element and just went with it. And just kind of fed off each other, and he taught me a lot of things about my voice and stuff like that. And we went through like every single harmony of the whole album. We just went through everything from start to finish, and just kind of recustomed it slightly to be a bit more suiting my voice. There was a problem with Mason Hill before this album, and that is that everything was too high for me to sing on a consistent level. So you would hear half the shows I'd end up like screaming words because I can't reach them, etc., etc. Well, we kind of went down through all of that and figured out like all my keys and stuff as well. And I'm so happy we done it that way. Just me and this guy with the comments that the guys give me at the end of the night. You know what I mean? I'm so happy. Honestly, I'm so proud of the work that we got done.
Towards the end of the year now, you've got your solo tour or your headline tour. You've just added another 7 dates. Was that because of the uptake, or was it something that was always planned?
No, it was the uptake. It was quite soon into having released the tour. It's just the way things were looking like. We wanted to kind of just push this as far because we were confident with it. It's a bit stupid. I don't know why, but we're doing it. I love it. I love it. I love that people are just interested enough that we get to do that, and just kind of get it gives us 7 more shows. You know what I mean? That's awesome for us. If that's all we care about. It's just doing. We need to catch up. We've had a whole year of our prime of our life. You know what I mean? Not being able to do what we love. Same as a lot of other people. So, and like all other people, we're just going to jump at it. So yeah, bring it on. There'll be 10 more released next week.
Yeah, the uptake's there. Let's do every village in the village hall in the UK.
Just every town in England's will hit.
Right, we personally saw you the first time when you supported Marco Mendoza in Bannerman's in Edinburgh, 2016.
Yep.
We've seen you a couple of times since. What is the highlight of your career when it comes to live performances?
Sold out garage show, Glasgow, 2000 and something. I'm going to say 18, 19, something like that, maybe 17.
It wasn't your first show, which this CD come from, was it?
Wow, 3rd of March, 17.
No, 17, yeah.
That was not out very long at that point. That is insane. Yeah, Marco, he was lovely to us. That was a couple of lovely days. Garage, we sold out the floor, and we were just and we got like confetti cannons and like smoke and stuff, and just kind of went a bit crazy, and just kind of let loose. And that was the highlight for me so far. And do you know what the greatest thing is we've already outsold that for this tour coming, and I can't believe it. So now when I go and do the garage next time, it's looking like it will be proper sold out, up downstairs, gone, like just like how I used to go see my favorite bands when I was like 14, crammed in, and I'm like, what is happening? What is happening? It's so strange.
So with the lockdown stuff now that's being released at your neck of the woods, does it mean you can actually get in the same rehearsal spaces?
Yeah, we're looking into that in May. That's like for the first time in a year. I think we're going in next week, 2 weeks time. For the first time, with all 5 of us have been in a room together since the music video, since the shoot for DNA. That was the last time we all seen each other. And we're going to be so bad. People don't understand how bad we're going to be. I'm going to try and convince the guys to film it genuinely.
I was going to ask, is there any chance of a bootleg?
I'll see if I can convince them. They might be too for themselves to let it go. I'll try and get it.
But yeah, it's great. It's a great album.
Yeah.
Little plug for anyone that hasn't got it, get it. It's an essential.
You're too kind.
No, seriously, it's a good piece of work. It's been a long time coming from our point of view as fans. I can only imagine what you guys have felt like through the roller coaster.
I have lost count of how many times someone's asked me when the album was coming out.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I got it. Thousands. And every time I think it broke my heart a little bit more. And I'm like, I don't know. We don't know. You just don't know what's going on.
I think we had a chat at Winter's End last year, and you still didn't have a positive date then.
Yeah. No, we didn't. At that point, I was supposed to be getting vocals done, but we hadn't sorted out dates yet. So that was a last minute addition. So we were thinking we'd either just meet the deadline or throw it off by a month or so. So we were like, we don't know when exactly it's coming out. Is it going to be May? Is it going to be June? Is it going to be July? We don't know. And then it was none of them. And then it was the following because COVID just came and just wiped everyone's plans. But it's like bands just went for it, and I'm so happy we went for it. Like Wagons, remember they went for it.
As a music fan, I think there's been a few bands that have taken that risk of launching a COVID album And I think it's going to be remembered as people's pandemic anthems, the albums that come out and the music that was released.
That's a good. I never thought about that. That's a good point, actually. It is. It's
So
a fine time in life, isn't it?
that's it. Everyone's going to remember what were you doing in 2020, 2021, above nothing. Oh, I was listening to Mason Hill, Wagons, Thunder, etc.
Exactly. Like a lot of bands done it, and they done so well. And yeah, it was tougher, and like some parts were tougher, some parts were better. You know, like I know sales and all that are down, so for smaller bands, that's great. Do it, release your album, get higher than what you might do when everyone's back in the normal flow of life and going crazy high numbers.
That's it. So, but yeah, it's good to see you. Good to hear the music. And well, that mountain is going to bounce when we all get back up there in July.
I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun. Honestly, I can't wait. And thank you for having me.
It's not me. It's Max and Mikey. I just build fences up there.
Still, I don't care. Thank you for having me.
That's it. I drink beer and listen to music, so that's me.
That's not a bad job, is it? I'm jealous.
Well, some people are jealous of you as well, mate.
I suppose. Do the gig, the long 12-hour gig day when you're only on stage for 45 minutes and you're humping gear for the other 7 hours.
But have you got much on around that weekend? Are you planning to make a festival weekend of it?
I have no idea. I've not even thought about. I've not wanted to think too hard about it, and neither has the band. Just in case. I can't remember when our evaluation day is. I think it's the end of May. It's see where everything is, because we, as I say, we are all optimistic that everything's going, but we were optimistic the last time, and then we get put back. So we're trying not to just try to kind of mellow ourselves down. Everything's opening up at the end of April. Let's give it a month. We're sure everything's going to be well, and then we'll evaluate exactly what we're going to do. Maybe even release a few more shows or not. We're not sure, but we've got enough going for now. So I'm not sure.
That's it. You've had your 12 months at home. I'm not staying home any longer.
No, we're hitting the roads. We're hitting shows. God, I've forgotten what it's like to be a singer. I need to catch it again. I've forgotten. It's been so long.
That's it. You've got to get match fit again now.
Yeah, I mean, I'll be able to sing, but like all that practice of trying to be a front man on stage. Oh my God, so nervous. That's nerve-wracking. You're right. You're telling people what to do, and at one day they're just going to say no. And you're left there just like, oh.
We better get the garage crowd to set you up then.
Everyone, raise your hands, and then no one does. I'm just, oh, thanks.